Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to my little channel. Thank God it's Friday. I am off work today, which makes it so much better. Okay. I have some things to take care of. So yeah, get them taken care of for now. Yeah. But I said to myself, maybe every Friday for the month of March, I'm going to do like a story time. True stories, okay? I don't come on here and be BS to nobody. True stories about stuff that happened to either myself or somebody who's close to me, or just true stories. Okay, you know just let people know this kind of stuff exists in the world. You know what I'm saying? If anybody else is going through something or went through something similar or whatever. Now, I don't get on here and put no BS stories out here. They ain't my get down. But I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna start off with this story right here. True story. Okay, it's one of you gotta hang on to this one. This is one of them stories that's just like, wow. Okay, now, a friend of mine, I've been knowing her since 1980. I'm gonna call her Stacy. Me and Stacy go back to 1980, 46 years ago. We were childhood friends. We grew up in the same neighborhood. My mom moved to the neighborhood first, and then her parents had moved to the neighborhood about a year after we moved to the neighborhood. Me and her have been great friends ever since. Okay. Now, to this day, 46 years later, we're still close. We don't talk as often, but, she'll text me like, hey, girl, hey, girl, what's up? This and that. We, see how each other doing or whatever, this and that. That's what we still do all these years later. But her and her husband, they both have great jobs. I'm not going to say what she does, but her husband, he was a firefighter, okay? Keep that in mind. Firefighter, okay? Now, some years back, Stacy, my friend, she called me. She said, Niecy, cause my name is Denise, so everybody call me Niecy. So she said, Niecy, I don't trust my husband's friend and his wife. I just don't trust them over here. And I was like, Stace, girl, look, let me tell you something. If you don't trust it, trust that gut instinct. Don't have them come over your house. So she told her husband, who's a firefighter, keep that in mind, okay? But she told her husband, like, look, I don't want your friend and his wife over my house when I'm not home. And her husband was like, okay, I got you. Because he would have his coworker come over there, and that's fine. Come over there and, play some games and, talk amongst each other, have a drink or two or something like that. That was all fine. That was all good. But now, see, her husband did not listen to her. It went one ear out the other, because hearing and listening is two separate things, okay? So, Stacy, we're going to take you like 2 years later, okay? Stacy was driving home from a late shift. And you know how, when there's emergency vehicles, you're supposed to pull over. Some people don't. Y'all, I hate y'all. But anyway, you're supposed to pull over, okay, and let them by. Ambulance, fire truck, police car. She pulled over 3 times as these fire trucks whizzed by her car. She got closer to her home and she smelled the smoke. Then she drove closer. It was her house on fire. My friend Stacy's house was ablaze. Okay. So she called me, and when she called me, I thought she was laughing. My phone rang, and I answered the phone. Hello? Nissy! And I was like, Stace, what's up? I'm like, what's going on? Nissy! I'm like, Stace, girl, what? I'm like, you all right back there? She was like, Nissy, my house on fire. My house on fire. I was like, what? She said, my house on fire. Ah! So she was actually hysterical. She was screaming. But it sounded like, for me, it sounded like she was laughing. That's the relationship me and her always had. If I call her, I'll be on the phone like, girl, these mothers over here be tripping. Or she called me like, these people over here be tripping, And I didn't know she was hysterically screaming. That's what she was doing. So my first question was, Stace, is everybody out of the house? She said, yeah. She said, her kids, her husband, and the guests that he had over her house were all standing on the front lawn. So I said, amen to that. That's the main thing. Make sure everybody made it out safely. Now, they had to go stay in a hotel for 6 months. Okay. They found out how the house caught on fire. Okay. Actually, how the house caught on fire was her husband that didn't listen to her, saying she felt uncomfortable with his friend and his wife coming over to her house when she's not home. Because, again, women, we watch over the home. We don't have people running amok in our house. It's like, you're going to stay down here with everybody else. Unless you got to go upstairs, use the bathrooms like that, you come back down here. And you're going to be out of my bedroom or whatever, this and that, doing stuff. You're going to sit down here enjoying the festivities, whatever we have over, going on our house. But he didn't listen to Stace. Okay. He didn't listen to her. Okay. So then what happened when she was working her late shift, he had that same friend and his wife over at her house that she didn't want over there when she wasn't home to watch over her house, So her husband's friend's wife, went upstairs and to their kitchen. They was all in the basement, like their finished basement, whatever. But she went upstairs in the kitchen, pulled out a pack of chicken. She started frying chicken in my friend's house. First question that comes to mind: what woman goes to another woman's house and cook anything without that woman's permission? Okay, I don't understand how that happened. No, you ain't gonna come to my house and just cook whatever. The only person that can come over my house and cook without my permission is my mother. Okay, but you ain't gonna come over my house and just cook. You gonna pull something out of my refrigerator and just start frying it up. Okay, big mistake number one. And again, number two, Stace told her husband, don't have these people in my house when I'm not home. Because I don't trust them. And the friend of her husband, he was also a firefighter. And she said he was careless. How you gonna be a careless firefighter? Damn. Anyway, this woman poured out a pack of chicken out of Stacy's refrigerator and she started frying it in Stacy's house when Stacy wasn't at home, when she's working a late shift. So when they found out how the house caught fire, was because when the house caught fire, they was all sitting down in the basement playing games, whatever, and everybody smelling smoke, right? So they tried to run up the steps to open the door, but the doorknob was so hot they couldn't get out. So the fire was already in the kitchen. Okay, so thank God she had a walkout basement, because they would have been burned alive downstairs in the basement. So thank God they was able to get out, and they called 911. Okay. The girl, she was frying the chicken in Stacy's house and forgot the chicken was frying. Okay? Forgot the chicken was frying, and she went back downstairs. I guess to sit with her husband and my friend's husband and, watch them play games or listen to music, whatever they was doing downstairs in the basement. Forgot the chicken was frying. Now, they stayed in a hotel for 6 months. My friend and her family stayed in the hotel for 6 months until they had to rebuild that side of her house. And when she came and showed me pictures, the pictures were it looked like the picture was melted. That's how bad her whole kitchen was melted. The stove and refrigerator was melted, that it went through her kitchen floor. It collapsed through her kitchen floor. So that whole side of her house was burnt to a crisp. But it took them 6 months to rebuild that side of her house, okay, before her and her family was allowed to move back in. Now, another part that got me to this day, okay, was her friend never, or this so-called friend, never apologized. When the fire marshals told her and the family what happened, and she told them what happened, This chick never called my friend Stacy to say, hey, Stacy, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't be cooking in your house anyway. But your husband told me to do this. Or whatever the case was. I still don't know if the husband even told her to do that. I don't know. But this woman, she just had free range of somebody else's house. But when my friend called this woman who was frying chicken in her house and had her house caught on fire, my friend told me, these were her words. She said, Niecy, when I asked that woman, why was she in here, like, why did you do that? She told my friend, she said, well, you should have had chicken in the house anyway for me to fry. I said, Stacy, repeat what you said. You can't be making, I know you ain't making this up. She put the blame on just my friend having chicken to cook in her house. Yeah, she put the blame on my friend just because she had chicken in the house to fry up, never apologized until this day in 2026. She never apologized, and my friend haven't heard from that heifer since. Ain't heard from her since. Or the husband. Ain't heard from neither one of them since. She set her house on fire for fried chicken and going downstairs, forgetting the chicken was on, and set my friend's house ablaze. Yeah. So, that's a lot. But I told my friend what I would have done to that girl. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll probably be in jail. But you're not going to sit up here and put the blame on me when your ignorant ass shouldn't have been in my house cooking anyway. And then I told her I would be more mad too at the husband because you told him not to have that couple in your home when you're not home because he give people free range of your home when you're not home. Yeah, it went one ear out the other. He heard her, but he didn't listen. And that's what my friend said she was going to divorce her husband because of that. Yes. It was horrible. Yeah. But my friend, they stayed in that house after they got rebuilt on that one side. They stayed in that house for another like 5 years, I believe. But then they went up selling it and she moved somewhere else. Because she said it was just like the memories of that fire, thinking she lost her whole family. She didn't know what to expect when she pulled up. Because she didn't see her people on the front lawn. They was around, they was over a neighbor's house where they had to call 911. And then they came. This happened back in, I think, 2004, 2005. Yeah. So, to this day, they never called and apologized to my friend for setting her house on fire. They blamed her for having chicken in the house. How many of us have a pack of chicken in the house right now? Okay? I think everybody on the face of, I say right now, everybody in America got some chicken in their house right now. I don't give a damn if you vegan or whatever the case is. You got some chicken something in your house. Some chicken tasting something in your house. Because chicken is a universal food. It ain't just, all the white people keep putting like blacks and watermelon and blacks and chicken together. I don't know what the hell that shit is about, but my thing is, I understand, I got the watermelon part because black people used to grow watermelon years ago. Look that up. We had watermelon farms and stuff. Yeah. But chicken, everybody likes some chicken. Fried, I'm more of a baked chicken fan than I am a fried chicken. I mean, people can be like, what? But yeah, I like baked chicken. To me, it's more flavorful. I do like fried, but I prefer baked over fried. That's just me, okay? But it's a universal food. So most of us have chicken in the refrigerator or in the freezer right now. I got about 6 packs of it in my refrigerator right now. 2 in the fridge and about 4 in the freezer. So that's an excuse why you burnt my house down. It's not your fault that you fried chicken in another woman's house. It is my fault because I had chicken in the house. Make it make sense. Then your husband is a firefighter. A firefighter. And you forgot that this chick that put some chicken on upstairs in your house that your wife told you not to do with that couple. She didn't want her house when she wasn't at home. Okay? Oh my God. So my friend, I love her. Um, she's yeah, like I said, we've been friends since 1980, so for 46 years. Her and I go back. She's a lovely person. Um, her daughter was going through breast cancer around the same time. I mean, her daughter was going through the same time I was going through it. So we was kind of like, taking notes from each other and sending each other, messages of love and blessings and things like that, So, yeah, but that's a true story, y'all. Yeah, my friend, she showed me them pictures. The pictures was absolutely horrific. She drove over to my house, her and her daughters. They came over here. We sat right here in my living room. And she told me what happened. She told me everything, and she showed me those pictures, and it was horrific pictures. It looked like the picture was melted. The kitchen was, when I say it was soot, it was water and soot, and all you saw was the remnants of like the knobs of the stove that was melted, and her refrigerator and stuff was melted through the floor. The floor, the pictures was horrible, man. Yeah. So be careful who you let in your house, okay? I said all that to say this. Be careful who you let in your house. Because the person that's smiling in your face can be the person that that hate your guts because you have a beautiful home, a beautiful spirit. Everybody that smiling in your face ain't gonna be your friend. Everybody that smile at you they don't like you. They find reasons to hate your guts for something that's beyond you. You have no clue what they did. What you did to them for them to hate you so much. So why that out. But anyway, when she told me that the girl 2 years earlier, when she said the girl was like, she kind of weird on her. I was like, okay, yeah. I said, watch her, because there's something about her that's not right. So just watch her. Yeah, and 2 years later, that's what she did. And told my friend, like, nope. It's your fault because you had chicken in the house, girl. Makes zero sense, y'all. But anyway, like I said, for the month of March, I'm going to get on here on Fridays and tell y'all some true stories about some stuff. So we know people like this in the world exist. We know there's great people in the world, but there's also some wicked mofos out here, y'all. Wicked. I mean, wicked to the motherfucking bone. Yeah. But all right, you guys. Y'all take care. Lay low. Stay out the way. I'll get back with y'all probably sometime over the weekend. If not, then I will see y'all sometime during the week or next Friday, whichever time I get back on here. I'm still slightly under the weather. I'm still taking my medication for the ear infection I had. I'm on the last few pills of that. Take that and just keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't feel bad, thank God. But anyway, you guys take care. Stay out the way, and I will get back with you guys on another video. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned. More story time. Take care.